Hello. Yes, good morning everybody. I hope you can hear my voice and also see my screen. Today is 11th of May. So I'd like us to start off our analysis with the chart on my screen. And us to start off with the chart on my screen. This is GBP USD. Give me a moment. So we have GBP USD. If you remember what I said yesterday, we were actually looking for a sell. We said that the price was likely to continue to the lower side. Unfortunately, that has not happened just yet. Instead, we are seeing from the indicator we have on a screen that the possibility that the price may continue to the upper side. So on this chart, our levels still remain the same. We still have a very good resistance level here. This is a very good resistance level from the past. It was a resistance here. There was a break below it, and then we still have the same place as a resistance. Then we have something like a shape. We have a trend line there. Have a trend line there. Then we have another one. So basically we have a good resistance here. We had a resistance there. We have a support here. We have a support. As it is now, we expect price to continue to the upper side. We expect the price to extend upwards, touch this upper trend line, then bounce off from it and head straight to the lower side. So if this happens that the price hits this trend line, this will be a good place to look for a sell from. And in case the price breaks below this lower trend line, then that also will be a very good place to look for a sell from. So we are basically still sellers. If the price gets to this point, we look for a sell. If the price breaks below this level here, we'll still be looking for a sell. The next instrument which we'll be looking at, we look at gold. Gold also, we are in a very good downtrend. You can see based on the indicator I have on my screen, this is a downtrend. Let's see. We have this. Look at what has been happening on this chart recently. We had the price form some swing high here. It went as low. This is low, and then it came back up to this point here. Currently the price is somewhere here. Then if we leave that circle aside, there is another place where we had this resistance here. The price went down. It came back as a resistance. Then it went down. It came back as a resistance, and then it went down. So on this chart, I'm going to add the zigzag indicator because we are using that to determine when we're placing our stop losses. So we have this. Let me make it bold. This is what we have. We have a very good level here. This is a resistance. We had a resistance. We had a resistance. I'm going to draw some shapes here. Have that, and then you have another one. That is like a minor contracting range formation. It was broken there, and then we have a support there. So technically on this chart, we expect the price to extend to the lower side. You can see we had a support here. We had a support there. Then the price broke below that support. So as we're speaking now, the price is below everything, which means that if the price can pull back and touch these two lines, then this will be a good place to look for a sell from. If the price comes back and touches these two lines, ends up in between these two lines, then this will be a good place to look for a sell from. So we'll sell it there. Our stop loss is fixed at the high here, and then our take profit is 2 times what we have as the stop loss. So if the price gets to somewhere in between these two levels, we are going to pick a sell position. Our stop loss, we want it to be the previous day's highest high, and then the take profit is the difference between where the entry point and the stop loss multiplied by 2. So the next instrument I want us to have a look at, USD Jpy or Euro USD. Have it here. This is still consolidating. We still have multiple consolidations. You can see that clearly here. We have that. So let me not draw 10 lines. Let me just highlight a zone, because it looks like there is a zone there which is interesting. We have a zone like this. So we've basically picked this support there, and then we've picked this resistance there. So look at how nicely the price used this. Is being held in between these two zones, the lines which I've just drawn. From 28th of April, the price entered into this range. It only broke above it on this date here. We have the price continue to consolidate inside. So technically, this here is a good place to look for a sell from. If the price comes back and touches this resistance zone but does not clearly ascend and close above it, that will be a good place to look for a sell from. And if the price gets to this point here but does not clearly break below it, then this here will be a good place to look for a buy from. We are basically just trading reversals. We are buying it from the bottom and selling it from the top. And if the price breaks below, we look for more sell positions. If the price breaks above, we look for more buy positions. So there is nothing much I'm going to say on this instrument. I'm not going to add much because it looks a bit clearer as it is. There is nothing much that we should add on it. The next instrument I want us to look at is the US dollar Japanese yen. Have it here. So the US dollar Japanese yen, so far we have a very good uptrend. You can see that. Look at how the price keeps giving us a higher lows. We had a lower low here. This is a lower low. The price went up, came down. This low here is greater than the previous low, so this is upwards. Then the price went up, gave us a higher low. This low is higher than all the remaining two. Then the price gave us a higher low here. This was somehow a lower low than the previous one, but we then continue the progress. So this is a higher low, a higher low, a higher low, and a higher low here. So which means the price is in a very, very good uptrend. Therefore, this here should give us the correct place to look for sell from. So we don't expect price to go down and close below this point. Instead, we are looking for more buy positions. We're looking for more buy orders. We have a resistance, we have a support, we have a support. If the price can come back up to this point here, then this will be a good place to look for a buy from. So we'll buy it there. Our stop loss is here. Then our take profit is 2 times what we have as the stop loss. So we'll have it here, our stop loss. We have a buy here. We expect that buy to push us upwards. So this is the main advantage of using the zigzag indicator. It actually gives you the best places to have your stop loss at. Like in this case, we have here as the best place to have our stop loss. If you buy it, have your stop loss here, irrespective of where you buy. If you buy in between, as long as it's either within these lines or below, your stop loss should be below this low unless the price has gone below it. So my next instrument is this is Brent oil. So the Brent oil, so far, you remember what I mentioned yesterday, we are within a shape. We are within like a contracting wedge formation. So we have that. We have a very good resistance level. We had a resistance level in the past here. we had a resistance, we had a very good resistance somewhere there, then we had a support here, we had a support there, and currently as we're speaking the price is approaching the lower trend line, which means this here is going to be a good place to look for a sell from. We may look at this as some shape. Sorry, it's not happening, so let's see. Okay, we have that, and then we have another one. So this is like a contracting wedge formation inside another contracting wedge formation. So if the price can come back and touch this lower line, then that will give us the ideal place to look for a buy from. So technically on the Brent oil, we are strictly looking for buy orders. We are looking for buy positions. We're not going to sell it now, even if the price gets to this point, but we want the price to give us a good buy signal here so that we pick that buy back to this trend line here. I hope that makes some sense. The next instrument is the SP500. So the SP500 looks like the sellers are having an edge. We are headed to the lower side. We have a level. This may be a very good place to look for a buy from. Look at this. We had a support here, and then we had a support. The next support is this one. Then we had the next support, almost a near support. As we're speaking now, the price is there. And then on the upper side, we have this trend line. So we have like a resistance there, and then we have another resistance here. So if as it is where the price is now, this is a very good place to look for a buy position from. We want to buy it there. We are expecting buyers to continue to push price to the upper side, at least up to this level here. If the price descends below this zone, the one I've just highlighted, then that would be a sign that now we are headed to the lower side. So technically, as it is now, if this was just a normal symbol, we could be interested in sell positions. But due to the fact that the SP500 has been very, very much bullish for a very long time, we expect this move to be a correction. So we may likely see price continue up, break beyond this level by the end of this year or even during the coming year. So thank you very much. See you tomorrow at the same time. Thank you.